That which is cosmic awareness is now available. Please proceed.
Thank you. Welcome, awareness. Thank you for being with us today for the Rainbow Phoenix membership session of August 7, 2014. Will Brilliance is the interpreter for your messages. Joan Mills is the questioner and energizer. The law of love, the law of light, and the law of unity have been invoked. Is there an opening message or any event you would like to discuss at this time, please? Thank you.
That which is cosmic awareness does indeed have an opening message. That this awareness has spoken of the attitude of gratitude several times in the past. It would like again to speak on this, that this awareness states that an attitude of gratitude, although perhaps understood in a minor way, a faddish way, for it is indeed a fad at this time to use this phrase, attitude of gratitude, by many of the light workers, that this awareness would speak to this at a deeper level. That it has spoken many times of that which is the energy of creativity, that each and every one is a creative being. And yet many still have great problems in understanding this or putting it into play, into action. It is for many an intellectual concept that they are creator beings, and yet when in their own lives there is failure to manifest one's creative desires, often there is great disappointment. Often there is a willingness to blame another, even this awareness, for a failure for each individual to manifest their own unique and individual reality. And of course, this is indicative of the fact that while it may be intellectually understood, it is not perceived or understood at a more basic and fundamental level, at a level of the heart and soul. What this means, yet again, is that many are still looking outside of themselves to see the results of their intention. And as it has been most popular to quote the law of attraction, that if one puts out something, they will attract it to them, this is not a concept that is well understood or well employed. And often it is thought that simply because one wishes this to be so, it will be so, without a full understanding of why it is important to seek out at the deeper inner levels, the unconscious and subconscious levels, those thoughts, those beliefs, those attitudes that would negate the law of attraction, that would prevent the manifestation of that which one thinks they want. Herein lies the dilemma, and many become discouraged because they have put out they want something, and yet nothing is happening. Many of the light workers who are in the dense energies of this third dimensional reality you find yourself in wish to leave this density, this oppressive reality that they find themselves in, and thus they put out that they would wish big changes to occur, life-altering changes on the planet, the destruction even of the old systems as Mother Earth shakes off the vermin on the surface and transmutes herself, transforms herself. Many wish to escape their earthly experiences because it is too much, because there are no positive results seemingly occurring for them. This is, of course, is a dilemma, for it is not often appreciated or understood that each and every individual who has placed themselves upon the planet at this time, this unique and powerful time, has done so with purpose and intent. There are no accidents. No one on the planet is here by accident, for it is, of course, a very complex procedure for spirit to condense itself into that focus of personality that is having a life experience. Yet many of the sensitive souls, the spiritual ones, who have chosen to be here at this time to assist this transformational process of Mother Earth and humanity, arrive in a cauldron that they find themselves uncomfortable in, because it is one of the primary rules of engagement to have a physical life, that one forgets themselves, forgets their spiritual source, that it is a difficult passage indeed to be on the third dimensional planet of duality, subject to the manipulations and controls by ones who serve a dark side, a negative energy of creation. And because they have forgotten that they have volunteered, that no one has forced them here, that their wish and desire is to leave this oppressive planet, to return home, back into a higher state of consciousness and awareness. Thus it is that many wish for the big changes to occur on the planet, even to the point of planetary cataclysm, so that the old can be wiped away, and that they can be freed of this drudgery and oppression that they have experienced on this third dimensional reality. All of this has been spoken of before. But what this awareness would like to focus on now is how, if and when one not only has the understanding that it is personal choice of the soul that has brought one here, but also the acceptance that one is here for a reason and a purpose, that they can start to move themselves and shift themselves away from the victim mentality that is so rife on this planet and in human consciousness, towards the understanding and appreciation that each and every individual is unique and divine in nature, that each is a creator being, and that it does require inner work to break through those belief systems that confine one. That one way of doing this is to adopt an attitude of gratitude, rather than a litany of complaining that one is in misery and one does not want to be here anymore. You are here for your own unique and special reasons, and these are in alignment with your spiritual and your soul's purpose. When one truly understands this and moves beyond simply complaining about their intolerable situation, then one will no longer simply say, I did this, I did that, but nothing is happening. I look outside at the world and they are not doing anything. Nothing is changing. And that state of misery and despair that many feel in this third dimensional reality becomes overwhelming. However, if instead of demanding that the changes show themselves outside of the person themselves, and by demanding that external change will be the evidence they need to believe that they are spiritual beings, that if this can be overcome, if one can move beyond dualistic thinking into unity consciousness, then again all will change. If one holds thankfulness and gratitude for one's life and for the changes that are coming, this will change the energy focus away from one that demands external evidence before one will truly believe, to one where one is already the believer and the changes required now have the positive energies that will affect the outcomes. That when one simply and continually asks for and sometimes demands for change, but is not grateful for what is already so, that it is a much harder journey and more difficult to accomplish than if one is thankful for what one has and is thankful for what one is creating. For example, if one states, I wish to win the lottery, and the lottery is not won, and one stays in that place of condemnation because Spirit should have provided this, because one has asked for a lottery win and nothing has happened, no win, no lottery, that one often may state that I do not believe, for Spirit did not bring this through. But if one holds that one is in abundance, that Spirit is always providing, and one is thankful for the abundance of Spirit, this creates the positive environment that the subconscious, the low self, holds to be the truth. And it, the subconscious, will work actively in the third dimension to manifest this abundance that is held to be already so, rather than an attitude that says, I will truly only believe this once I win the lottery, and then I will know it to be the truth. One must hold already that this is the truth. One must be thankful and express one's gratitude at any and every opportunity convenient to an individual. One such opportunity may be at the evening meal or at any meal where a prayer is spoken, giving thanks for the abundance of one's life, for the nutrition that is being provided to Spirit for being available. It does not take much effort. But as one creates the atmosphere in one's life of positivity, then positive things will happen. That nature, as the saying goes, abhors a vacuum. Thus it is that if a vacuum is created, energies must enter into that vacuum to fill it. If the vacuum has a negative quality due to one's negative thoughts and beliefs, then the energies that enter into the vacuum and manifest are indeed those energies that will support this negative attitude, these negative beliefs. If, however, the vacuum that is created is positive in nature and holds that one lives in abundance and prosperity, in peace and harmony, then the energies that enter into this vacuum will manifest in this as the reality one is perceiving and experiencing. And therefore, even though it seems trite in nature to speak of an attitude of gratitude, it is very much an important concept to hold. That when one is looking at their lives and only seeing the negative results or the lack of results, that this is an opportunity to realize that perhaps one is living in a negative vacuum, and the creation of the negative experience is in direct accordance to the universal law of a creator being creating their lives. If one can question then, when one is looking at their lives and seeing the negative experiences or the lack of results as indicators of a negative mindset or negative core beliefs, this might encourage two things. It might encourage the inner investigation of the state of mind that the subconscious is holding and that it is manifesting, and that it may also then lead to the realization that it is as easy to be positive, to hold that one has already abundance and that it flows each and every day, that this indeed does create the positive tension that is needed to bring forward positive results. Therefore, at these most critical of times, when there is an energy increase in the spiritual force that is now rolling upon the planet, that is immersing the planet, where manifestation is happening more quickly, even instantaneously often, it becomes imperative to understand this dichotomy of negative focus and attention versus positive focus and attention. It may be that things do not manifest instantly when one is trying to be positive. This therefore necessitates patience and faith that this is that which will in the long run bear results. And again, if it occasions doubt and speculation of why things never happen and a willingness to blame, that this is actually the indicator one should take as the negative being the master and not the positive, that one should take the opportunity to look deeper, to ask the inner questions of why this is so. Therefore, this awareness, in conclusion, again states that a positive attitude of gratitude thanksgiving and prayer to Spirit, and thanks to Spirit for granting the positive results, is of great importance in one's life, especially at these times. That this completes today's opening message. This awareness is open to any question the Energizer might have.
That was an excellent opening message, Awareness, and so true. The members will definitely be pleased. Thank you.
This is a message that has been presented before, but it is important to be reminded of this constantly, either through this awareness or through one's own efforts. For it is that which will turn one's life around when they truly are thankful for all that is occurring in their lives, even the negative experiences, for there are many great lessons in the negative events that occur in individuals' lives. To use those negative events as evidence that nothing is happening is a mistake for those who are wishing to truly understand and activate their lives as creator beings. One is a creator being, whether one understands this or not. One is creating the energies of their life experience automatically. And as this planet is still one of negativity, as the ones in power and control understand and know this, and use this principle to their advantage, that they keep all in this state of fear and negativity, that then one will take this and manifest it in one's own life without even realizing that it is this negative belief system that they hold that is indeed creating the reality around them. If one can take this to the next level and can start energizing from that positive level where it is already held that one has abundance and that more flows to one each and every day, or one has love, one has relationship, one has peace and harmony, whatever it is that one is seeking the most in life, if one has it and gives thanks as if it is already the accomplished fact, that this creates the positive energy and atmosphere around the individual that allows Spirit to create this much more enlightened and positive reality. It again comes down to each and in every individual and is not dependent on those who control the planet. For one begins to understand that unless one gives one's own power away to these ones, that nothing can take away from the individual's right and freedom to create their own reality, be it positive or negative. Thus again, the responsibility for the creation of one's life and what is occurring in one's life is an individual's responsibility, unique and separate from the beliefs that the majorities hold, that the masses are experiencing. It is a difficult journey sometimes to separate oneself from mass belief, especially those that are so deeply buried at the unconscious level that there is not even a perception that one is holding such negative attitudes. The proof of the pudding, if you will, is to look at one's life and say, is this truly the creation of a positive attitude, or in the negative experiences that the individual is having, is this not a reflection of negative attitudes and beliefs that are still held, that are still unconscious, that still need to be exposed and dealt with, so that one can truly move into the higher positive state of mind. The paradox here is that if one holds the positive as already being so and gives thanks as if it is already so, that this message goes to the subconscious and it starts to act on this positive energy and creates the positive. One is still benefited if one is willing to look at the negative beliefs and attitudes. But it is important to realize that change will commence when one truly holds gratitude. One truly gives thanks to that which is and that which is still manifesting and available to each individual. That this is a new way of living one's life. It is not about complaining. It is not about holding spirit to ransom that it must create what is desired or else. It is that alignment with spirit that spirit has always held. Spirit is not impoverished. Spirit is abundance and prosperity and joy and happiness. It is an individual themselves, through their belief system, through their attitudes and energizing of the negative, that creates what appears to be irrefutable evidence that nothing is happening, or that the worst case scenario is happening, or that the person has tried and tried again, but only bad things happen. These are evidence of the negative attitudes one holds at those deeper levels, at those unconscious levels, that one can truly see as being so because it is reflected around them in their lives itself, themselves, and seeing that, yes, indeed, a negative energy is still within me, and I will begin to change this by holding gratitude, by being thankful for what is my life, what is in my life, and holding that abundance, prosperity, joy, freedom, peace, etc. are available to me if I am willing to shift my focus and to adopt an attitude of gratitude as my way of life, as my way of being in alignment with divine spirit and my soul's purpose. It is up to each and every individual to work at this in their lives, and this awareness will leave it at that for now. But it does say to one and all, you are magnificence, you are abundance, you are freedom, you are joy and harmony and peace, for you are spirit having a physical experience. It is so.